Hey guys, Rinji here. Once again, bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And what's worse than a harassment campaign organized by the usual suspect because someone dared to use AI to have fun, to generate a few images in here and there. And what's worse, collab with the company that's responsible for NovelAI Diffusion V3. And of course, that's NovelAI. And who's responsible for that despicable act? Well, it's Face Connect and VTuber Pipkin Pippa as their collab, Face Connect's collab and Pippa's collab with NovelAI has gotten quite a bit of flack from the usual suspects that I usually cover. Even a person that's very near and dear to my heart, which you can see in front of you, Cthulhu, the crayon-eating VTuber, as Cthulhu and some other people decide to wholesale throw Pippa in the proverbial Twitter jail for her crimes for using AI art. And in case you didn't know what kind of history Pippa actually has with AI art, well, she likes to use it, but she likes to use it for fun, to generate monstrosities, and sometimes have fun with her viewers through that. The prime example of that is Pippa creating the quote-unquote shady fake VTuber agency or group called Flavor. It's pronounced Flavor, but spelled FLAVR. I think that was like about 2 years ago during the stream. And with that, she created a few essentially fake VTubers using an AI generation. I don't remember if this was via NovelAI actually, but it could have been. And surprisingly, those fake VTubers then kind of became real. As people liked Pippa's project so much, they actually adopted the personalities of some of these fake VTubers and started streaming as VTubers with PNGs that were first AI generated, but then these VTubers, some of them at least, inspired by Pippa's actions and the fact that, VTubing was actually fun for them, they decided to actually go out of their way to commission real artists, to commission riggers, and get their VTubing careers on the way. So all in all, it was a positive experience for everyone. But nuance is kind of lost on the internet, especially on Twitter. So it doesn't matter how many opportunities a bigger VTuber like Pippa creates for actual artists. All that matters that AI bad, and doesn't matter what kind of AI it is, because people tend to confuse generative AI and even the kind of AI that's in video games that controls NPC actions and things like that. But no, AI as some other stuff on the internet has just become buzzwords that are equivalent to the word evil. So whenever AI is mentioned in any kind of context, people will go out of their way to make sure to demonize the person that actually uses it. Doesn't matter what they do, doesn't matter what their intentions are. None of that matters, because Twitter outrage is more important. That clout you can get from the clicks, that dopamine hit, is all that matters. And today is just one of these cases. As Kuru here has this to say about Pipkin Pippa and her collab with NovelAI. Not that I'm surprised, but like, frowny face. Grifter's gonna grift. Classic VTuber plus company who can only VTube because artists choose to disrespect them for a cash grab. It's not the first time, but it certainly won't be the last. If anything, this just paved the way for more of it. Mind you, Cthulhu is the kind of VTuber that is only ever relevant to anything online when they actually do these callouts. Even for me, but that it's kind of besides the point. So, as you know, people like this can only get attention by trying to tear others down. And again, doesn't matter what they do and what kind of opinions they have. What just matters is that they did one or two things that they considered to be bad, objectively, at least according to them, and there's no discussion of anything else. Let's continue what they had to say. I feel bad for the artist that drew her, whose stuff must have gone plugged into an AI to influence it, because the pictures in the promo, that's AI generated. Well, yeah, because that's NovelAI. They put enough of her art slash fan art into stable diffusion to create her this accurately, which takes a lot. Like, how much do you want to bet they either weren't asked or even paid for their art to go into this kind of how badly AI devs are repulsed by the idea of getting consent for their data sets? And you know, there's more, because you have to pile on accusations and just straight out lies about Pippa. Once you actually have something to tie it all in, you can just say whatever you want and people will believe you uncritically. Doesn't matter what. And here we have two examples of that. And there's gonna be more, trust me. Before the video ends, you're gonna see a lot more. I knew I hated Pippa for a reason. It was because she was one of the people saying that trans people were being unreasonable in asking people to boycott Hogwarts Legacy. But this is another reason to add to the pile. That's patently untrue. Pippa did a Hogwarts Legacy stream in order to showcase how unreasonable people actually harassing others for playing Hogwarts Legacy were. Trans people have nothing to do with it, and her opinion about trans people wasn't that like at all. It was about unreasonable harassers online, especially on Twitter, treating Hogwarts Legacy game like the next incarnation of the Antichrist. And there's another one. Also saying the N-word. I have no idea what this person is talking about. I've never seen that. I need proof. But again, you can say anything about anyone online, and people will just believe it. Doesn't matter what it is. And then there's more. Another day ending in Y. Another big corpo name doing something that hurts a lot of people. This is why I don't trust corpo VTubers or people that heavily suck up to them. Even if they seem sweet and innocent, they only care about securing their bag and pulling the ladder up behind them. How tragic. And how hyperbolic at the same time. I'm not surprised it's this one, to be honest. She harbors a nasty FN community and just feeds into BS. Seems all the I'm so cute and some small woo big corpos are the worst. And someone decided to make another call-out post, a pre-debut VTuber called Valesk. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Or Velvesk. I don't care how or why, but if you're a VTuber, endorse AI art in any way, you should be ashamed of yourself. Artists quite literally paved the way for your career to be possible. This is such a slap in the face, lol. Well, Mrs. Pre-Debut, what kind of job opportunities have you created for VTuber artists, riggers, and such? Because Pippa constantly and consistently has actually commissioned so many artists and so many people giving them work. And as I said at the beginning of this video, she even inspired some VTubers to get in, some prospective people to get into VTubing, thus creating more job opportunities for those VTubers. But, you know, being pre-debut, I don't think you have done much of that. But, you know, saying that her collab with NovelAI kinda, you know, makes all of that invalid. I'm not saying that she says that was right, though, but it would be implied, because to those people, doesn't matter what their targets of ire have done in the past. All of that is irrelevant. as long as you can make a very cool call-out post like this. There's more. ATP, I have knowledge that that in the VTuber community you can say racism is bad or AI is bad, and N-words will still get mad. So feel free to talk to a wall if you want to comment negatively. I said what I said. It's very funny that racism and AI usage is put on the same level. Really shows what the priorities are here. Don't pay attention to her. That's literally her whole brand of being a femcel. She doesn't care, LMAO. But like, why? Why do you do this purposefully? Make people hate you? I can't even imagine the feelings those who have contributed to her art pool just to have their pieces stolen and used unethically. She just really wants attention. I hate this franchise, but I had people on Twitter more talking about the Hogwarts Legacy announcement stream that was mentioned here. And of course, as I was saying, this whole post was misconstrued to hell and back. The hate for the people was equated to hating trans people, of course, not Twitter freaks, not the harassers that went after the people just wanting to play the game. There's more, of course. I find it so sad, honestly. I never trust those crowd of people because it happened so many times where the VTubers attract those people, do one thing they don't like, and then have their own fan base turn against them. But she wants to lay in that bed, she can reap the consequences. It's upsetting how she cultivates this S and spread everywhere, and it's not even her too. Anything the VTubing community will always be used against you no matter what, who you are, because it stems from anime slash 4chan. Oh, there's that 4chan boogeyman again. Nah, she actually has mental issues. Normal people don't live in a way that would impact their physical health that much if they could prevent it. Also, yeah, EN VTubing itself basically came from 4chan. Seriously. Come on, man. You likely will never be able to separate the two. How is having random people you'll never meet or hear about you shouting to the void about how much they hate you, hurting her physical health? You got a lot of VTwitters and Twitter freaks right here in this reply chain. Nice, nice of you to round yourself up to be blocked so easily. Now, I don't ever have to see your terrible takes and constant drama. That's a wise choice to make. I applaud that one. Of course, we have to have a little bit of watermelon action on Twitter. Couldn't go without those. To be honest, Pippa had some very not reasonable comments about a lot of technology developments, like the lack of empathy for artists, especially when they're quite literally created. You is shocking. From what I've gathered, the AI images from Danboru's pool, on which users just can add it art to which it makes it even worse, because they think it's free publicity to the artist when it's not. It's ironic how Danboru bans AI content to be uploaded, but I'm sure it's because they add AI content to deteriorate the model with feedback loops, wrong generations. In any case, NovelAI official. Why don't you disclose where exactly you guys get the database and if it's ethical? Because I'm pretty sure you guys don't consult artists for that. The fact she's zero problems with generative AI when it and the programmers doesn't even have the kindness or respect to make some sort of credit list of the artist is just disgusting. What a slap in the face to the artists who work hard to give her her entire career. These people just talking about it, they don't know what kind of relationship Pippa and Face Connect have with their artists regarding all of this. They're just talking out of their butts, essentially. They just don't know. I noticed while going to block her that she actually has a hashtag for AI fan art of her in her bio. Skull emoji. Well, how is that surprising? A lot of the biggest VTubers have that, especially not so that people do not clog up actual artist fan art hashtags with AI art. That's for that sort of distinction. That's very normal. Otherwise, the art tag gets flooded with AI art, just as I said. That's unfortunately true. Wish it wasn't. Crying emoji. She's never cared about artists, by the way, like in the slightest, that she always treated them with huge amount of disrespect. Again, sources needed for that kind of claim. But again, you can say whatever you want online without providing any sort of evidence, and people will just believe you. The worst VTuber continues to be the worst. Up next, fork found in kitchen. She's a fascist. This shouldn't be surprising to anyone familiar with her work. Fascists have a contempt for art, to see it only as a means to an end, and so AI is perfect for those with this mindset. That's a huge logical leap. Where did that what came from? I don't know. That VTuber has always been pro AI and promoting it on her streams. I don't like AI, but calling her out will get more eyes on her, and she's had to pay AI streams for some years. It's best to block and ignore. Oh my god, I had no idea the pipeline was that deep. Well, it's really not that deep. Just use the AI for fun, like a few streams. In all honesty, it was less about calling out Pippa directly. Yes, it was about garnering attention via a call out. That's what it was about. But more of her being a direct example of VTubers, especially big VTubers, spitting at the hands who fed them. Yeah, she even has her own AI tag. That VTuber is mostly under the radar until people call her out. Bullshit. Pippa collabs and with all sorts of popular VTubers out there, especially nowadays, and her streams are massively popular. Just because you don't interact with these particular fan bases and you don't watch her streams, that doesn't mean that it's under people's radar. It might be just under your radar. Or she gets involved with drama. I never seen her on my recommended tab, unless it's third person mentioning her, but it's fine to let your followers know if they didn't. I will never understand VTubers who support AI art. Artists are the backbone of our community, and the C VTubers support that is wild. I know she's a known femcel, but really that just makes it worse in my eyes. I don't know how these two are related, especially since one of them is clearly played up for laughs. Dude, it's effing Pippa. She'll support anyone but minorities. What does that even mean? Pippa is in a company where there's plenty of minorities and she's friends with them and she supports them. How does that even, what does that even mean? I do not know. She works multiple Asians. This S is like saying she can't be racist. She has black friends while making blatant racial jokes as a white person. Jesus Christ. Where do these people crawl out from? Don't they have VTubing careers to have? Oh, sorry, they do not. What did you all expect from her? She's so insufferable. I never had good impressions of Pipkin Pippa. She seems to be to rage bait to gain views. Like with Hogwarts controversy, she literally said she doesn't like the franchise but streamed the game. Compared to Silvervale, who played the game because of childhood fondness. The only time I do actually remember people rage baiting would be that Hogwarts Legacy announcement thing. But collabing with NovelAI clearly isn't rage bait. It's only rage because you're very angry at her for doing that. Pipkin Pippa is not really a good person, so I'm not surprised. I saw some clips of her. She was saying weird Nazi s, and she played that Hogwarts game just to piss off Twitter users. She's basically a femcel. It's a shame because her model is very cute. I hate when people compare her with Punkalopi. Never compare my hyperactive Red Bull drinker with that weird femcel, please. Their models look so different. You literally have no basis to compare them except for them being rabbits. And guess what's funny? Punkalopi and Pippa actually know each other and are on friendly terms. So I wonder what you think about that, though. Another day, another reason to hate Pippa. Beautiful day, gang. All they do is look for reasons to hate. Honestly, at this point, I ain't even surprised. She already outed herself awful when she was being transphobic last year. Even as someone who pays very little attention to VTubers and their space online, I still know Pippa and how big of a loser she is. I may not watch VTubers, I may not know nothing about Pippa, but I think she's a big loser. VTuber community needs to shame losers to promote AI art more often, in my opinion. Why is a VTuber whose sole career is filled with artists from the model to the effing streaming assets collabing with an effing AI company? I hope you lose your career. Genuinely. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna happen. Pippa continues to be utter garbage. I wish I was surprised. Nazi VTuber likes AI. Her VTuber design is so cute, it pisses me off that she owns it. I mean, who else would it belong to at this point? I mean, it kind of belongs to the company anyway, not to Pippa directly. If we want to be very anal about that, but like if the company didn't own it, who else would it belong to? You'll got to stop giving this female clan member attention. Holy S. You're a disgrace of a VTuber. I mean, she's openly supports lolicons. She was already a disgrace for that. This just makes her worse. LMAO. How horrible. She supports people that like cute and small cartoon characters. That explains why she hasn't me blocked. LMAO. The trash took itself out. Harumph. You'll allow me to follow you instead. I may be trash, but at least I'm not Pippa trash. LMAO. It's a very low bar you set for yourself, calling yourself trash. I will return the favor. The more honest people, the better. It's amazing how many big corporate VTubers pander to people you can't trust around kids. Jesus Christ. That kind of accusations are being thrown around now. Jesus. Exactly. It's why I very much prefer small indie VTubers. Corpo VTubers are like Minecraft YouTubers. Over 90% of the drama I cover and of the awful people I do cover on my channel and on my Twitter account, which by the way is now back, in case you didn't know. You can go look it up. You can follow it. You can browse it to your heart's content. See what I mean. Most of these indies are what's being awful in this wider VTuber scene. Oh, that explains their high number of followers. Yeah, she was even mutuals with Kuri before he got banned from Twitter twice. Not gonna say his full name, but I'm sure you know exactly who I'm talking about. Well, who could be who could this stunning gentleman called Kuri be? I'm not quite sure. I think it's gonna remain a mystery, dear viewers. She's also a Nazi, or at least promotes and spreads their ideology and things that they say. When and how? Yeah, found out about that shortly after making the post. Never knew about that person till this post showed up on my feed. Oh, a troll libertarian anti-Semite supporting AI? Count me surprised. Pre-debut VTuber. Of course. Yeah, Pippa can go F herself. I actually really liked her content. This is so insulting to everyone who worked on her model. Actually disgusting. Call yourself a VTuber after this. I wonder when you joined her fandom then, because you would know for a very long time what Pippa's stances are on AI art. But you know, what I assume fake fans are just gonna pretend they're fake fans. And lastly, in case you don't know what Pippa's stances are, as I explained them to you, is Pippa's stance directly from her. Just after the stream concluded. Please have fun with AI and elevate your ideas by commissioning real art. If you're looking to be a VTuber, my top recommendations are Vision, models, commercial use art, etc. Skeb for fan art. Nizima, pre-made models, assets, etc. Not to mention that the stream itself also had a disclaimer that this stream is just for fun and that actual artists working on VTubers should be supported to the full extent. And I think Pippa has done more than enough as a YouTube creator, as a VTuber, to support said artists, and even more than that. So her having fun with NovelAI, don't matter what kind of opinion you have about AI and about how predatory it may or may not be, because these people don't actually know the models, or especially how specific AI generators, generative tools, get their data for what they do. They just assume because they read it somewhere online. They never do any kind of research into that. And they just want to be outraged, because that's essentially what it all boils down to. But see you next Pipkin Pippa controversy, I guess, because I'm sure it's gonna happen at some point in time. So for right now, that's everything, and I hope to see you on the next one.